Brodes Media.
So a 2-1 loss. Clearly the offense wasn't there. Big picture, we need more quantity, right? And Rick Tocchet was asked after the game about it, and he kept mentioning the word interior. They weren't driving enough offensively through the interior, and that's something that desperately needs to happen to have more success. He also was extremely bothered by the stick penalties because you're not moving your feet, right? You're getting lazy. You're trying to do too much, whacking the stick around, and when you're putting yourself in the box, that limits your top guys. That stops them from having 5-on-5 play where you can generate more. You take a look at Michkov and his time on ice. Maybe that changes if there's more 5-on-5 play. Now, to be fair, I thought the referees were a little tick-tacky. With that said, that means you also got an advantage from that as well. And there were multiple power plays where I thought you could have moved the puck better. You could have created better lanes. You could have seen more one-timers or at least worked a mini 3-on-2 down low just to have some crisp tape-to-tape passes and move the goalie back and forth. But they couldn't do it. And it's annoying. With all that said, though, I thought there was enough with the way Vladar played, who is just on fire right now, keeping your team in it, playing very strong. So with the understanding that he was awesome and knowing that you had limited, but you did have a few grade A scoring chances that was not cashed in on, that could have at least went to overtime. You could at least snag the point on the road. And you still could have won that game if you got it to overtime. But I'm looking at you, MATVEI Michkov. Now, I'm not going to blast him big picture and say he's going to be a stiff forever and blah, 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 blah. But when I look at this game recap, this night in Ottawa, you take a penalty, you come out of the box. Everybody dreams of getting an outlet pass where there's nobody 50 feet from you. It's you and the goalie alone. He makes a nice move. It was a pretty damn good move. He gets it on his backhand. There was net and twine available. He didn't score. Okay. All right. It stings, but okay. When Drysdale makes an excellent decision, there's a turnover where Michkov is in the slot. That's where I need you. I need you. Face of the franchise, star player, Drysdale, excellent. I need you. And the problem, seconds later, of all people, Lixo puts it in the net to get the GWG. There, nobody, essentially, figures it out seconds after your face can't. And that was his second golden opportunity of the day. I need Michkov. And is some of my frustration boiling because of all the talk about camp? All the talk about not being in shape? Absolutely. That's an added layer to this. But listen, Tyson Forster, how much do we learn about an infection and after Worlds? He didn't have the perfect offseason. This guy's coming in scoring 29 seconds into the game. This guy's scoring every single night. This guy's carrying a lot of what the offense has been so far this season. That line in totality. He had a weird offseason. So if there was an ankle, air quotes, if there was an ankle that was stopping him from being in shape, I don't know. I've seen other guys somehow handle that adversity and still be a juggernaut when on the ice and at least still contributing more than Michkov has. Again, I'm not trying to murder him big picture here and make it seem like I'm completely out on him, because I am not. I know he's great. I'm holding him to a standard that I would only a great player would have this type of standard, if that sentence even made sense. I wouldn't ask bottom six guys to live up to the expectation that I'm asking MATVEI Michkov to live up to. Is it snake bitten? I don't know. Is it just, hey, the more you get out there, the more you move your legs, the more you get shots in the slot, they're eventually going to fall, and he's probably aggravated and in his own head because you could see the frustration that he wears when he's on the bench, and you can see the facial expressions and the body language, and maybe he's just holding the stick so tight and he's trying to score so badly that it's just not natural right now, and he wants to get himself out of this funk. And for the first time, let's be honest, there is some real controversy with spitting chiclets, and there's noise surrounding him, and there's a lot of pressure, and there's a lot of talk, and there's a lot of media, and there's a lot. And maybe all that getting forced his way is starting to have him get uncomfortable. And sure, we're all human. That could definitely play a role. But ultimately, you got to stop the bleeding at some point. And the way to stop all of that is to execute. And when you're on the road against Ottawa in a 1-1 game, and the team desperately needs you, because you know once you don't score, their nobodies are. No offense. We know. We've seen them here in a Philadelphia Flyers uniform. Of course, that's who gets the GWG. We witnessed a Claude Giroux apple. That's inevitable. Even without Brady Tkachuk, you figured Claude Giroux would do something to get at you. And I thought the defensive zone coverage there, really, it started in the neutral zone, but you can't allow for that. You can't allow for that. You left Vladar in a tough spot. And that guy's been playing unbelievable. This is a goalie where he looks sound. He looks in control. He looks ready every single night. There's a reason why Rick Tocchet's pointing in his direction and telling Urson, go sit on the bench, bro. Go sit on the bench. Because Vladar is playing 85,000 times better than anything Urson has provided for you, and he just looks like a starter right now. And until that starts to slip, I don't see why you would look any other way. Now, Urson's going to play. You're not going to run this guy into the ground, and he just plays every day. But when it comes to the splits, I need a goalie that isn't going to let up lazy goals, bad goals, awful angles at the clip Urson does. So I say this now and watch. The next time they play again, what is it, Saturday afternoon tilt? Is that their next one? Urson's going to get a nod soon here, but Vladar is serious. If this continues, this is serious. This is a difference maker that gives you opportunities even in games where your offense isn't thriving and clicking. Guess what? You got him making it 2-1. Instead of 3-1, 4-1, it's 2-1.